Vishwajanina Kirtiranata Krishna Jaganmohana. You can also recite. You can. Is it connected to the screen?
Screen. It's not connected. You can just. Can you put the screen mode? It becomes a full screen or something.
Yes. So in this shloka, as they are making it ready, we'll discuss the shloka. There are hundreds of shlokas we can recite. I have to wait. I don't know if I put that in the slide. Saundaryam lalanali dhairya dalanam. Saundarya means Krishna's beauty, Rupa. Lalanali dhairya dalanam. Lalana means all the consorts of Krishna. Dhairya means their patience. The beauty of Krishna completely subdues the patience of all the gopis of Vrindavan. As soon as they see the beautiful form of Krishna, the gopis just get attracted to Krishna's beauty and they forget everything else. Leela Rama Stambhini. The Leela, the pastimes of Krishna, can astonish even Rama Devi. The gopis.
Different word.
I will do it. I think it's
Thank you.
yeah, this is not correct. Saundaryam is Rupa, the sweetness of Krishna's form. Then Leela Rama Stambhini, the pastimes of Krishna astonish even Lakshmi Devi also. Recently we celebrated Darshan Chaturdasi. In Narasimha Chaturdasi we have seen that when Narasimha Devi was extremely angry, then some devotees requested Lakshmi Devi, can Krishna's power, Krishna's physical strength is so much that Kandukita Adrivaryam Amalat. Kandukita Adrivaryam. Adrivaryam means the greatest mountain, the best of all mountains, Govardhan. So Krishna would make it like a playing ball. So Dhenukasura lifted Govardhan mountain and threw on Krishna. Krishna caught that mountain and threw it against Dhenukasura. They are playing with Govardhan mountain. And Krishna also lifted Govardhan mountain and held it for 7 days and 7 nights without any gap. Can this be a little aside? This is like obstructing my vision of Vaishnavas here. When we say that, that's it, something, yeah. This is out of vision. This also, sorry. Equal. I know some other rules that it's too much like this. Thank you very much. Clear Darshan. So Vaishnavas glances will empower us to speak. It's the enthusiasm of devotees that extracts words from us. You are empowering me, then I am speaking. Sancharya Rama Vidabhakta Mede. Swabhakti Siddhanta Chayamritani. Mahaprabhu is empowering Ramananda to speak, Ramananda is speaking. I don't know what I am going to speak now. But whatever you want to hear, Krishna will make me speak. So, Viryam Kantukitatri Varyam Avalat Pare Parartham Guna. Pare Parartham Guna, Krishna's gunas, Krishna's qualities are unlimited. Then, Sheelam Sarvajananu Ranjanamaho Yasya Ayamasmat Prabhavar. Sheelam, Krishna's character, is Sarvajana Anuranjana. Is extremely clear and attractive to everybody. Sarvajana Anuranjana. Krishna impresses everybody. Yasyayam Asmat Prabhu, our Prabhu is so great. Then, Vishwam Vishwajanina Kirtiranuta Krishna Jagan Mohana. The real beauty of this world, this universe, is Krishna's glories. It is Krishna's glories that animate this world, that beautify this world. As Akrura says in his meditation on his way to Vrindavan, Prananti Shumbhanti Punanti Vaisagadyastadvirakta Shavashobhanamata. Prananti means Krishna's glories induce life into this world. Prananti. Animation in this world is because of Krishna Katha. Shumbhanti. Krishna Katha beautifies this world. Punanti. Krishna Katha purifies this world. Prananti Shumbhanti Punanti Vaichagat Yastad Virakta Shavashobhanamata. The words that are devoid of Krishna's Nama Rupa Guna Leela are like Shavashobhana, decorations on dead body. So it's very appropriate that we spend our time, in fact we invest our time in discussing Krishna's Nama Rupa Guna Leela. In Upadeshamrita, Rupa Goswami writes this beautiful shloka. Syat Krishna Nama Charita Disitapya Vidya.
Syat Krishna Nam Charita Disitapya Vidya.
Ittopatapta rasanasya narochikanu.
Ittopatapta rasanasya narochikanu.
Intvaadarat anudinam khalu saiva jushta.
Intvaadarat anudinam khalu saiva jushta.
Swadvikramat bhavati tad gadamula hantri.
Swadvikramat bhavati tad gadamula hantri.
Initially, Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela may not appear tasty for somebody because of the jaundice of material ignorance and material desires. Kintu adarat anudinam khalu saiva jushta. Anudinam, if you keep on practicing to hear Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela regularly, then Swadvi Kramat Bhavati Tad Gadamula Hantri, eventually we will develop taste for Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela are very sweet, very attractive, and they nourish the hearts, but we can't experience that nourishment of heart when we are hearing Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. We get bored because of the thick coverings of material ignorance and false ego. It requires a pure-hearted soul to penetrate through these layers of false ego, layers of material coverings, layers of ignorance, and inform us that, my dear sir, you are a devotee of Krishna. Potentially, you have the great ability to relish Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. Like Rupa Goswami is praying for millions of tongues to chant the very name of Krishna, millions of ears to hear the sweetest Krishna's name. So we also have that potency to relish Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela to this degree. But because of the jaundice of material ignorance and false ego, we are unable to relish it. So by regularly hearing Krishna Nama, about Krishna Nama and Krishna's Rupa, Leela, we will awaken our own taste, as Rupa Goswami promises us. And Rupa Goswami also says, Tannama Rupa Charitadi Sukirtanadhom.
Tannama Rupa Charitadi Sukirtanadhom.
Smrutyoh Kramena Rasana Manasi Niyojya.
Smrutyoh Kramena Rasana Manasi Niyojya.
Tishtan Vrajetadhanuragi Jananugami.
Tishtan Vrajetadhanuragi Jananugami.
Kalam Nayedakilamityupadesha Saram.
Kalam Nayedakilamityupadesha Saram.
Tannama Rupa Charitadi Sukirtanam. To glorify Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela is the greatest ecstasy in life, and that's the best way of living human life. And if one happens to do that in Vrindavan Dham, that's even more better. Of course, wherever Prabhupada has installed deities, wherever devotees are actually chanting Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela, that place becomes non-different from Vrindavan or Vaikuntha. As Krishna said to Narada Muni, Naham tishtami Vaikunthe sadhuna bhradayeshuva yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tishtami Narada. Wherever my devotees are glorifying me, singing my glories, that's where I stay. So, Tishtan Vrajeta Danuragi Jananugami Kalam Nayed Akhilamit Upadesha Saram. This is the Upadesha means instruction. We are discussing Upadesha Amrita, the nectar of instruction. The essence of all instruction is to relish Krishna's Nama Rupa Guna Leela, especially in Vrindavan, along with other devotees. Dhavani prathayanti hanta jalada shyamani netranjanam. Samani shruti saskulim muralika jatanyalam kurbate. Samani shruti saskulim muralika jatanyalam kurbate. Kama nivritta chetasami habibho nashami nashobhate. Kama nivritta chetasami habibho nashami nashobhate. Namani pranayena te sukrutinam tanvanti tundo samam. When somebody, sukrita, some fortunate souls, when they glorify Nama, or when they chant Krishna's Nama, tanvanti tundo samam, they become so ecstatic that they experience a great pleasure of the tongue. The tongue will celebrate a great utsava. Utsava means great celebration. So to chant the holy names of Krishna is a great celebration for the tongue. Namani pranayena te sukrutinam tanvanti tundotsavam dhavani prathayanti hanta jalada shyamani netranjanam. Krishna's beautiful form, blackish form of Shyam Sundar, is so attractive that when we see that beautiful form of Krishna, that vision acts like, the darshan acts like netranjanam, the real ornament for the eyes, real decoration for the eyes. No need of extra color, just see Krishna's beautiful form. That's how Krishna, that's how Radharani decorates her eyes. The real decoration for her eyes is Krishna's beautiful blackish form. Ornament for her ears is Krishna's name, sweet name. Then, Samani Shruti Saskulim Muralika Jatanyalam Kurbate. Shruti Saskulim means this ears. The real ornament for the ears is Krishna's flute song. Muralika. Then Kama Nivrita Chetasa Vihabhibho Nashapi Nashobhate. When we engage our ears in hearing Krishna's name, our tongues in chanting Krishna's name, our eyes in seeing the beautiful form of Krishna, then no material desires will disturb us. The mind's desires are expressed through the senses, are experienced through the senses. But this expression and experience can be blocked by converting that material desires into spiritual desires. Initially the mind is desiring something material, and the material senses are running behind material sense objects and experiencing some pleasure, sensual pleasure. But if you can hear Krishna Katha, Krishna's Nama, then if you hear Krishna's pastimes, then slowly mind gets transformed, mind starts developing spiritual desires, and all the experiences of senses and expressions of senses are spiritualized because the mind is spiritualized. Right? Mind is getting inputs through the senses, mind is experiencing its desires through the senses, but when the mind is spiritualized by hearing Krishna Katha, all the senses will also start acting on a spiritual plane. So hearing Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela is of great fortune. So with this little prelude, let's get into Nama, glories of the name of Krishna. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there were multiple conversations, so many conversations. Some of the most exciting conversations happened when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is bidding farewell to all the Navadvipvasis who come for Jagannath Puri, Jagannath Rath Yatra. So in one such instance, the residents of Kulina Gram, they were about to go to Navadvip after spending their monsoon in Jagannath Puri. Then they asked a question. Lord Chaitanya, we don't have to repeat this. Let's just decide. So many Bengali shlokas. Tabe Ramananda Ara Satyaraja Khan Prabhura Charane Kichu Kaila Nivedan. He said, Satyaraj Khan and Ramananda, they requested Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to explain something. So they had an appeal. They said, Grahastha Vishayi Ami किमोर साधने श्री मुखे आज्ञा करा प्रभु निवेदी चरणे. We are grahasthas, we are householders. What is our duty? How should we spend our time? How should we practice our spiritual life? Can you please instruct us? Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given a simple instruction. प्रभु कहे न कृष्ण सेवा वैष्णव सेवन निरंतर कर कृष्ण नाम संकीर्तन. Grahasthas or brahmacharis or sannyasis, whoever, they need to do this only. Krishna seva, serve Krishna. Vaishnava seva, chant, serve Vaishnavas. Prabhu was saying, Jagannath Krishna Prabhu was saying, I asked him when he was driving, Prabhu, what do you like the most in bhakti? He said, I like Vaishnava seva. Chant of bhakti, Prabhu is attracted to Vaishnava seva more. Mahaprabhu says this. Krishna seva, Vaishnava seva. Nirantara. Family business. Family is also Vaishnavas. Serving family is also Vaishnava seva. Nirantara kara Krishna nama sankirtan. Apart from Vaishnava seva and Krishna seva, we chant the holy names of Krishna. Then, Vaishnava seva, you have to do Vaishnava seva, right? Now, this residents of Kulinagram had a question. Who is a Vaishnava? What kind of Vaishnava should be said? They said, Satya Raja Bale Vaishnava, Cheniva ke mane, ke Vaishnava kahatara samanya lakshani. Can you please describe the characteristics of a Vaishnava? Who is a Vaishnava? Who is worthy of receiving our service? Mahaprabhu said, very profound. Prabhu kahe yara mukhe suniye kabar, Krishna nama se pujya sreshta sabaka. Whoever chants the holy name of Krishna even once, ekabar. Even if a person chants holy name of Krishna even once, Krishna nama se pujya, he is worshipable. And sreshta sabaka, he is best of all. Then, Eka Krishna Name Kare Sarva Papa Kshaya. You can also say this.
Eka Krishna Nama Kare Sarva Papa Kshaya.
Navavidha Bhakti Purna Nama Haite Haya.
Navavidha Bhakti Purna Nama Haite Haya.
Just the chanting of the holy names of Krishna is so potent that it can complete all the other processes of bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Parasevanam, Archanam, Mandaram, Darshan, all of them are complete when somebody chants the holy name of Krishna. It gives a sense of completeness to our Archanam, our deity worship, our Seva, our healing. So all that will become complete by chanting Krishna's name. And if one happens to chant Krishna's name even once, he is a Vaishnava, you should serve him, Vaishnava Seva. Then, the potency of holy name doesn't even depend on Diksha Purascharya Vidhi, Apeksha Nakari. Of course, we should not misunderstand this statement. Prabhupada also writes in the purport that definitely holy name is powerful. Even if somebody chants the holy name of Krishna without initiation also, still purification is happening. Right? Somebody is waiting for initiation. Someone whose name is there in the list of initiation, and then 1 year passed, 2 years passed, 3 years passed, 4 years passed. They are waiting for the initiation date. But purification also happens. As long as they are chanting Hare Krishna, right? But when somebody initiated with Guru's blessings, definitely the purification process will be expedited. But even before initiation also chanting is very potent and powerful. That's what he's saying. Okay. So then, Anushanga phale kare samsare rakshaya.
Anusanga phale kare samsare kshaya.
Chitta akarshiya karaya Krishna premodaya.
Chitta Akarshiya Karaya Krishna Premodaya.
Mahaprabhu says that there are two results of chanting the holy names of Krishna. One is samsara kshaya, means our entanglement in this samsara, the cycle of birth and death, will be vanquished, will be destroyed. Then Krishna Premodaya, we will also develop love for Krishna. Attaining Krishna Prema and destruction of samsara, material existence, are the effects of chanting the holy names of Krishna. Then he goes on to describe the glories of holy name. So one is this shloka. He quotes from Padyavali. Maybe Prabhupada Goswami puts this in Padyavali after Mahaprabhu explained this. Akrishti krita chetasam subanasam uchchatanam jam hasam.
आकृष्टचेतसां सुमनसां उच्चाटनं चांसना
आचण्डालममूकलोकसुलभो वश्यश्च मुक्तिश्रियः
आचण्डालममुक्तलोकसुलभो वश्यश्च मुक्तिश्रियः
नो दीक्षां न च सत्क्रियां न च पुरश्चर्यां मनागीक्षते
न दीक्षां न च सत्क्रियां न च पुनश्चर्यां
मन्त्रोऽयं रसना स्मृत्येव फलति श्रीकृष्णनामात्मकः
मन्त्रोऽयं रसनास्पृग एव फलति श्रीकृष्णनामात्मकः
Mahaprabhu says, Akrishtihi kritachetasam sumanasam. Sumanasa means a good-hearted person. Holy name is attractive to a good-hearted person, a saintly person, a liberated person. Then Uchchatanam Samhasam means holy name of Krishna can completely annihilate all the sinful reactions. Then Achandalam Amoka Loka Sulabho. Sulabha means very easily accessible, very easily available to Achandalam, even to Chandalas, outcasts. Then Amuka Loka, even great dumb people also can take advantage of holy name. They won't be able to perform deity worship. They won't be able to chant big mantras and perform yajnas and do different sacrifices and tapasya. They won't be able to do all this. But name, they can say Krishna, they can say Ram, they can say Mukunda, they can say Govinda. The holy name of Krishna is easily available, accessible, relatable, digestible, implementable, even to chandalas also, even to dumb people also. Then at least remember, when Navendra Prabhu came to GV, he said, somebody is speaking something and we get bored when they are speaking and we are unable to excuse ourselves and then stop the conversation. So internally, lips are shut, but internally we can just chant Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. And you can also write the holy name on the forehead of the person. So it is available to everybody, it is most accessible. Then Vashyascha Muktishriyah, it even controls the opulence of liberation. Alamalameka Praninam Padakanam Nirasana Vishayeya Krishna Krishneti Vadi Yedi Bhavati Mukunde Bhaktirananda Sandra Karatala Kalitasa Moksha Samrajya Lakshmi Alamalamalabeka Praninam Padakanam, something similar. Uchchatanam Chambhasam, all the patakas, all the simple reactions of living entities are completely destroyed by chanting the holy names. Nirasana Vishayeya Krishna Krishneti Vadi. This Vadi, this speech, this sound, Krishna, Krishna, can completely make us disinterested in anything material. Krishna Krishneti Vadi. Yedi Bhavati Mukunde Bhaktirananda Sandra. Not only this holy name of Krishna not only destroys all the sinful reactions, it will also immerse us in a great pool of ecstasy, of devotion to Krishna. The opulence of the kingdom of liberation just comes into our hand like this. Right? It says, Vashyascha Muktishriyah. Muktishriyah is an opulence of liberation. But that's like nothing for a devotee who is chanting, who is relishing Krishna's name. So, no Dikshamaja Satkriya, Satkriya, all pious activities, austerities, and Diksha, Purascharya, prerequisites. Holy name's potency doesn't depend on any of these things, right? So, Mantroyam Rasana Sprugyeva Phalati Sri Krishna Namatmaka. That is the potency of holy name. So, now, basically, the Kulinagram Vasis asked Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who is a Vaishnava. Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, one who chants the holy name of Krishna even once is a Vaishnava and you need to serve him. And by giving that answer, he also described some glories of the holy name. Right? Next, one more sloka. Atayeva yaramukhe eka Krishnana Sita Vaishnava Karaha Tahara Samman. You should respect such a devotee. Samman. You should respect such a devotee who has chanted the holy name even once Krishnana. That's the potency of holy name. But in another context, this Kulinagaram Vasis again asked Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the next year, who is a Vaishnava? How should we live our life as Grihasthas? Then Mahaprabhu again gave this answer. Prabhu kahe Vaishnava seva nama sankirtan.
Prabhu kahe Vaishnava seva nama sankirtan.
Dui kara shighra pave Shri Krishna charan.
Dui kara shighra pave Shri Krishna charan.
Again Mahaprabhu said, do Vaishnava seva and perform Nam Sankirtan. Then again, they had a question. Ke Vaishnava ki tara lakshan? Who is a Vaishnava and what are his symptoms? This time Mahaprabhu gave a little deeper answer. He defined Vaishnava earlier, now he speaks about Vaishnava Tara. Later he will speak Vaishnava Tara. There are some superlative degrees also. Taratanya amongst Vaishnavas also. There is some hierarchy. Earlier he said, one who chants the holy name of Krishna even once is a Vaishnava, you should respect him. Now he said, Krishna nama nirantaraya haravadane.
Krishna nama nirantaraya haravadane.
Shri Vaishnava Srishta bhajata haracharane.
Shri Vaishnava Srishta bhajata haracharane.
One who chants the holy name of Krishna nirantara, without any antara, without any gaps, without any breaks. Such a person is Vaishnava Srishta, best of all Vaishnavas. You should serve his lotus feet, not just giving someone, render service to his lotus feet. What is this nirantara? Constant chanting, not doing anything else. Everybody should become Haridas Thakur. So, antara means interval. Antara has so many meanings. Nirantara means without any antara. Antara means interval, means an interruption that is caused because of sense gratificatory desires. And body itself also is an antara. Sometimes the body acts as an impediment because of its sickness or because of some other impurities in the body. We may not be able to focus. So it impedes self-realization. When the body is too much engaged in sense gratification, when the senses are overused for enjoyment, that becomes an impediment in chanting Krishna's name. Then money acts as an impediment when it is not used in Krishna's seva. People act as an impediment when we are not associating with them for spiritual activities. Then greed, bhogaishwarya prasaktana taya pahrata chetasa, that greed is another impediment. Greed is another antara. Then atheistic ideas, considering deities as mere stones, considering Guru as an ordinary human being, considering Vaishnavas coming from this caste, that nation, this gender, etc. All these are impediments. So without any of these antaras, without any of these impediments, if one chants the holy name of Krishna, then such a devotee is extremely exalted. The next year, again they asked the same question. Who is a Vaishnava? Then Mahaprabhu increased the temperature of the land. Defining every year, again they are asking the same question. This time he said, Varshantare Punaha. Second shloka we can recite. Yahara darshana mukhe aise Krishna naam.
Yahara darshane mukhe aise Krishna naam.
Tahare janiha tumi Vaishnava pradhan.
Tahare janiya tumi Vaishnava pradhan.
Yahara darshane mukhe aise Krishna naam. You take the darshan of this Vaishnava and you start chanting holy names. First definition is when he chants holy name once, he is a Vaishnava. Second definition is when he chants holy name continuously, he is a Vaishnava. Third definition is when you see him, you start chanting holy names of Krishna, he is the best of all Vaishnavas. Then Tahare Jani had to be Vaishnava Pradhan. The foremost of all Vaishnavas is one who induces others to chant the holy names of Krishna. So, Krame Kari Kahe Prabhu Vaishnava Lakshan. Vaishnava, Vaishnavakara, or Vaishnavaka. So in this way Mahaprabhu defined a Vaishnava. Why I said this in this glorification of Krishna Nam session? A Vaishnava is introduced by his or her ability to chant the holy names of Krishna. The definition of a Vaishnava is one who chants the holy name of Krishna once or twice or 100 times or continuously or induces others to chant. So the definition of a Vaishnava is centered on chanting the holy names of Krishna. That's how Mahaprabhu introduced the Vaishnava. So then Mahaprabhu further instructed, even the third sloka, third chapter of Madhyalila also we have this shloka. Ghare yaar kar sada Krishna sankirtan.
Ghare yaar kar sada Krishna sankirtan.
Krishna nama Krishna katha Krishna aradhan.
Krishna nama Krishna katha Krishna aradhan.
Whether Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is welcoming the Vaishnavas from Jagannath, from Navadvip to Jagannath Puri, or bidding farewell to the Vaishnavas, or whether Mahaprabhu is traveling in South India Yatra and meeting various devotees like Vasudeva Lapar or Kurma Brahmana or whoever, Mahaprabhu is emphasizing on the chanting of the holy names of Krishna. Kurma Brahmana. He said, I am unable to tolerate these waves of material existence that are troubling me. I just want to run behind you. I just want to travel along with you. I want to give up this household life and then Vanandato yathaimashthalita. Tikkatma patam grahamandhakukum, he said. Mahaprabhu should never say like this. Never speak like this. Sit at home, chant Hare Krishna, and read Srimad Bhagavatam, and induce others also to chant Hare Krishna. Same instruction. Then after some time, Mahaprabhu embraced Vasudeva Lapar and cured him of that leprosy. And Vasudeva Lapar said, my dear Lord, I received this great benediction from you. I received your touch. And spiritually, I became enlivened. Materially, my body became healthy. Because of receiving this grace, I may become proud. Can you please save me from pride? How can I remain humble? How can I not become proud? Then Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, chant the holy names of Krishna. You are troubled by the waves of material existence, chant the holy names of Krishna. You will be troubled with pride, chant Hare Krishna. You are envious, chant Hare Krishna. Whatever will be the problem, solution is same. Mahaprabhu says, chant Hare Krishna. Chant the holy names of Krishna. You want to develop Krishna prem? Chant Hare Krishna. You want to relieve from all simple reactions? Chant Hare Krishna. You want liberation? Still chant Hare Krishna. Right? Krishna namaye ananda sindhu aswadan.
Krishna namaye ananda sindhu aswadan.
Brahmananda tara age khato dakasam.
Brahmananda tara age khato dakasam.
In comparison to the oceanic bliss of chanting the holy names of Krishna, Brahmananda is also like little water in some small shallow canals. Khatodakasam. Shallow canals are there. Canal is very small, and although there is no depth also. You can see all the rocks through the water, transparent waters. There is a 1 inch or 2 inch layer of water only. That is Brahmananda. In comparison to the Ananda that's there in chanting the holy names of Krishna. In this way, Mahaprabhu emphasized hundreds of times about the holy names of Krishna. Now, we have seen a little bit of Chaitanya Charitamrita, where holy name, Nama Mahima is described and the process of chanting the holy name of Krishna is emphasized. Now let's go to Bhagavad Gita a little bit. And also let's enter Srimad Bhagavatam and recollect how every single canto of Srimad Bhagavatam is glorifying the potency of holy name of Krishna and recommending that we chant the holy names of Krishna. Every single canto. I'm just taking one shloka from each canto. Let's begin with Gita first. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantasya dadhavrata namasyantasya mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. There are 700 shlokas in Bhagavad Gita. Shloka number 350 and 351 become the middle ones. In shloka number 350, Lord Krishna said, Mahatmanastu mam partha daini prakriti mashrita. Means you take shelter of Srimati Radharani. In shloka number 351, 9.14, he said this. Satatam kirtayanto mam, chant the holy names of Krishna. Take shelter of Srimati Radharani, chant holy names of Krishna. Krishna kept these two in the middle of Bhagavad Gita, center of Bhagavad Gita, emphasizing the importance. And he also said, Vijnanam Javednosmi. Of all the sacrifices, chanting the holy names of Krishna is the best and foremost. Now let's enter Bhagavatam. After seeing quickly what Gita says, the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The first chapter says, Apannah samsritim ghoram
Apannah samsritim ghoram
Yannama vivasho gridam
Yannama
शोभिनम्
ततः सद्यो विमुच्येत यद्विभेति स्वयं भयम्. Even if somebody happens to chant the holy names of Krishna unconsciously, unintentionally, accidentally, incidentally, circumstantially, without any deliberate meditation, without taking any vow, still that unconscious chanting of holy names can deliver a person. Yannama vivasograna tata sadhyo vimuchyeta. Vivasograna means you are chanting unconsciously. Sadhyo vimuchyeta means you are immediately getting liberated. See, your attempt is very meager, the result is so high. So that's how holy name is delivered in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. In the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, if you see the first canto, last chapter, Parikshit Maharaj asked two questions. What a person is supposed to hear, chant and remember throughout one's life, and what a person is supposed to hear, chant and remember at the end of one's life. How to live and how to lead. In response to these two questions, Sukadeva Goswami speaks 11 shlokas. From first shloka till the 11th shloka of the second canto, first chapter, is Sukadeva Goswami's initial response to Parikshit Maharaj's question. In fact, Bhagavatam ends there. Right? That's the first ending of Bhagavatam, in the beginning only. In this 11 shlokas, Sukadeva Goswami kind of summarized what a person is supposed to do throughout one's life, what a person is supposed to do at the end of one's life. So in that series of 11 shlokas, he concluded with this shloka. Etan nirvidyamananam ichchatam akuto bhayam yoginam nripanirnitam harer namanukirtanam etan nirvidyamananam ichchatam akuto bhayam. It has been concluded that if at all you desire some fearlessness in life, so many great yogis said that Hare Namanu Kirtanam is the only way. Generally, when somebody is close to death, they become so fearful. They meditate on all the unfulfilled desires of their life. So they become extremely anxious. Ajam is an example. He was feeling so fearful when he saw the Yamadutas. But to be relieved from all fears of material existence, to be relieved from the fear of death, the only way is Hare Namanu Kirtanam, chant Harinam. This is how second canto of Bhagavatam glorifies the holy name. Third canto of Bhagavatam, towards the end. We began with second canto, first chapter. Let's go to the third canto, last chapter. Lord Kapila gave so many teachings to Mother Devahuti. And Devahuti in response offered beautiful prayers. One prayer is Yannavadheya Sravanam Kirtanam Prahavanadit Svaranadapikwachit. So she glorified that one who chants the holy names, one who remembers the Lord, one who worships you is so glorious. Later, she specifically speaks about the chanter of the holy name in this shloka. Aho batasvapato gariyan yajjihvagre vartate namatubhyam ye pustapaste juhubushasnurarya brahmanuchurnama grananti yete aho batasvapachoto gariyan yajjihvagre vartate namatubhyam. Even if the person takes the holy name of Krishna is there on the tip of his tongue constantly, he becomes so glorious, more glorious than a person who is born in a Brahmanical family, trained as a Brahmana and engaged in performing so many Vedic sacrifices. That's the glory of a person who chants the holy name of Krishna. Surpasses all the effects of Prarabdha Karma and Aprarabdha Karma. Reinstates one in one's original glory as a servant of Krishna, irrespective of one's varna, ashram, and gender, nationality, and all such external considerations. Right? Then fourth canto. Many are there. One is this. Auttana pada bhagavams tava sangathanvam. Auttana pada bhagavams tava sangathanvam. Devakshinotyavatarati haro vipaksham.
Devakshinotvaro vipaksham.
Yannama vidhaya nisham yachanta.
Yannamageyam abhidaya samvichada.
Lokonja satarati dustaram anga mrityam.
Lokonja satarati dustaram anga mrityam.
This is a very interesting episode. Dhruva Maharaj went to Alakapuri to fight with the Yakshas in the 4th canto. Why? His brother Uttama was killed by one Yaksha. To take revenge on all the Yakshas, Dhruva Maharaj went all the way to Alakapuri and started fighting with them. He was releasing 3 arrows at a time. And his Yakshas were releasing 6 arrows at a time. 1,30,000 Yakshas were there. Each person is releasing 6 arrows at a time. 7,80,000 arrows are coming every moment upon Dhruva. And Dhruva single-handedly smashed all of them. After some time, all these 1,30,000 Yakshas felt that we cannot fight with Dhruva. They ran away from the battlefield. Later, Dhruva thought, let me just explore this Alakapuri. I never came to this city. After a moment, Dhruva thought again, no, I should not explore this city of Alakapuri now. Because these Yakshas are mystic people, they are dangerous people, they know black arts, so they may counter-attack me at any time. Let me just wait, be attentive, be alert, and wait for any counter-attack. Before I take it for granted that yes, fight is over. True to his expectation, suddenly Dhruva saw floods, rains, some mystic mountain in the sky, mystic clouds in the sky, raining blood, bones, urine, stool, mucus, all kinds of abominable substances, so many rhinoceros, big pythons, big tigers, vomiting fire, they all manifested there. So Dhruva just could not do anything because all these people, Yakshas, they manifested some black magic and black arts to confuse and bewilder Dhruva. When they were fighting in a straightforward manner, Dhruva was able to counteract them. But now it was not a straightforward fight. Dhruva was completely confused. At this moment, some sages manifested there. They spoke this shloka. Auttana pada means, O Sanna Uttana pada, Bhagavan stava Sangha Dhanva. You should remember that Lord who holds his bow called Sangha. Devah Shinoti Avanatarti Haro Vipakshan. Avanata Arti Haro Vipakshan. The Lord is very expert in destroying the distresses of his devotees who have taken his shelter. And Yan Nama Dheyam. You chant his holy name. You chant the name of Narayana and fix Narayana Astra on your bow, and you can easily smash away all these demoniac illusions created by these Yakshas. So Dhruva did that. He chanted the holy name of Narayana, fixed this Narayana Astra on his bow, and he released that arrow. Even before he released that arrow, from that one arrow of Narayana Astra, hundreds and thousands of arrows and weapons and shafts are coming and destroying all these magical illusions to pieces. And Dhruva was able to counteract all these illusions. The important lesson here is, as sadhakas, sometimes we are able to control our minds and focus on chanting the holy names of Krishna. We are able to control our material desires, control our minds, control our senses, focus on the process of sadhana, and we are able to attain some success in this endeavor. But that should not induce some overconfidence in us. Yes, you will be able to control your senses like this. You can focus on the holy name nicely, you can worship the Lord nicely. You should never feel overconfident. Just like Dhruva was able to counteract all the illusions, all the weapons of Yakshas initially, but later he could not. Later, when they attacked her with greater force, Dhruva just could not do anything. So, sometimes in this world, Maya can bewilder us so much that we even forget to chant the holy names of Krishna. Dhruva knows Narayanastra is powerful, but he did not remember Narayana at that time. He was overwhelmed by all the magical illusions created by the Yakshas. Initially, he was successful in defeating them. Later, when they came with greater force, he could not. Similarly, initially a sadhaka may be able to defeat Maya and focus on sadhana, but sometimes Maya can come back with greater force and we won't be able to handle the force of Maya. Then some devotees must come to our rescue and remind that, my dear Prabhu, we have to chant the holy names of Krishna in this context. Chant Narayana. Then all the magical illusions created by Maya are destroyed. So these great sages reminded Dhruva of the holy name of Krishna. So we should never be overconfident in devotional service. And although we chant the holy names of Krishna, if we chant in the association of devotees, that is more effective. Because when we are dozing off in japa, somebody will tell you, Prabhu, get up. Don't doze off in japa. So we can never think that we are self-sufficient in bhakti. We need sangha of devotees. Whether it is chanting, or hearing, or worshipping, whatever may be the limb of devotional service that we are performing, if it is done in the association of devotees, that's more effective. Yes, chanting japa is private. Kirtan means everybody sings together. Japa means you have your own pace. You have your own pronunciation. So you have your own pace of chanting. But still, we chant with other devotees, that will make us more alert, that will make us more prayerful, that will keep us less distracted. So when the devotees came and reminded Dhruva Maharaj about the holy name of Krishna, he chanted the name Narayana and dispelled all the magical illusions. Next, 5th canto Bhagavatam. This is the episode of Priyavrata Maharaj. Naivam vidha purushakara urukramasya
Naivam vidha purushakara urukramasya
Pumsam tadanghriyajasa jita shadgunanam
Pumsam tadanghriyajasa jita shadgunanam
Chitram vidura vigatah sakridadadita
Chitram vidura vigatah sakridadita
Yannamadeya madhuna sajahati bandham
Yannamadeya madhuna sajahati bandham.
The context of this shloka is that Priyavrata Maharaj assumed the responsibility of the king, of Swayambhumanu's kingdom. And he was little displeased with the movements of the sun. He was thinking ocean and yogurt ocean, many other oceans. So Priyavrata Maharaj has created 7 ditches in Bhumandala. His contribution for the structure of Bhumandala is immense. And of course, Priyavrata Maharaj never wanted to outsmart sun god. Devotees never wanted to outsmart someone or defeat someone or compete with another Vaishnava. So devotees are those people who have genuine appreciation for the contributions and services rendered by all the Vaishnavas in whatever capacity they can render. Although a devotee may take up the same service as another devotee is taking up, it's only to contribute service in that line, but not to compete with other Vaishnava or defeat or outsmart other Vaishnava. So Priyavrata was never in a mood of superseding sun god, but he just wanted to give illumination on the other side of the planet. You're giving illumination here, right? Let me give there. That's his intention. So in this context, Sukadeva Goswami says that you may wonder, how could Priyavrata Maharaj do like this? How can he create 7 oceans by the impressions of his chariot wheels? You may feel it's inconceivable and it's impossible. But he says, Priyavrata Maharaj is devotee of the Supreme Lord. Lord appeared as a small boy, dwarf Brahmana, and later he became Trivikrama and he occupied the entire universe with 2 steps. Right? That's why he's called Urukrama. Naivam Vedaha Purushakara Urukramasya. Urukrama. means one who has performed such amazing deeds. If the Lord can perform such inconceivable pastimes, by the strength of the Lord, by the blessings of the Lord, devotees also can perform inconceivable pastimes. So if the Lord occupied the three worlds in 2 steps, and you are not wondering about it, why should you wonder about Priyavat Maharaj creating 7 ditches in the Bhumandala? He is a devotee of the Supreme Lord. In this context of highlighting the glory of the process of bhakti unto the Lord, he emphasized on the process of chanting the holy names of the Lord. He said, Chitram vidura vigataha sakridadaditaha yannamadheya madhuna sajahati bandham. Sakridadadita yannamadheyam. Even if you chant the holy name of Krishna faintly even once, that can completely destroy all bondage. The holy name of the Lord is so powerful. One who chants the holy name of Krishna can be completely relieved from all attachments and bondages and become so glorious. What to speak of a person who is completely surrendered unto the Lord? In this context, there is an emphasis given on the process of chanting the holy names. And what to speak of 6th canto of Bhagavatam, episode of Ajamil. There are so many beautiful shlokas that describe the glories of the holy name of Krishna, but I specifically chose this one for today's discussion because sometimes we may think that Ajamil did so many objectionable activities throughout his life. At the end of his life, he just chanted Narayana. You can do anything you want, just chant Narayana. At the end of your life, you'll go back to Godhead. One may derive that kind of conclusion from this episode, but it is not so mentioned here. Mriyamano Harer Nama
Mriyamano Harer Nama
Grihan Putropacharitam
Grihan Putropacharitam
Ajamilopya Gadhava
Ajamilopya Gadhava
Kimudashraddhaya Grinam.
Kimudashraddhaya Grinam.
Ajamil chanted Mriyamano Harer Nama. Ajamil chanted at the time of death. What will happen if you chant throughout your life? Grihan Putropacharitam. Ajamil chanted to call his son. What will happen if you chant the names of the Lord to call the Lord himself? Ajamilo Pyagadhami Kimuda Shraddhayagranam. Ajamil chanted with a great sinful background. What will happen if we chant by following the 4 regulative principles and leading a clean and pure life? Ajamil chanted without faith. What will happen if we chant with faith? 4 points. Chakravarti highlights in this shloka. So Ajamil episode is never encouraging inattentive chanting, but Ajamil episode is emphasizing on the importance of attentive, faithful chanting, indicating the Lord with a positive emotion. So if the Lord can be so merciful upon somebody who is chanting unintentionally without faith with a simple background, how much the Lord will shower His mercy on people who are chanting the holy names of Krishna with so much dedication, with so much sincerity. So this is the power of holy name. Further, these Yamadutas who were defeated by Vishnudutas, they went to Yamaraj and started challenging him. These Vishnudutas have come and cut our ropes and saved Ajamil when he said Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. So, when Yamadutas experienced this defeat in the hands of Vishnudutas, they challenged Yamaraj. They said that if you don't arrest the Vishnudutas and bring them here and punish them in front of us, we think that we are serving a firefly. We are serving a powerless person. We went there to execute your order and you never came to save us. What kind of master are you? So they are very frustrated with Yamaraj. So Yamaraj, instead of getting offended, he felt ecstatic. First time he heard the name Narayana from the Yamadutas in Yamaloka. And he got an opportunity to give a holy name seminar. He was only telling them, take this sinful soul and fry him in Kumbhi Paga for next 10,000 years. And beat him with whips, thorny whips, for the next 20,000 years. That's what he was doing in Yamaloka with Yamadutas. But for the first time, he heard the name Narayana from Yamadutas, and he also got to speak about holy name of the Lord. Now, he said, please write these slokas in bold letters, in big letters, and stick to our notice board in Yamaloka. Whenever you go out to arrest the sinful people, you read these slokas and then go. Whom to bring to hell and whom not to bring to hell. So that's the theme of these two slokas. Te deva siddha parigita pavitra gatha.
Te deva siddha parigita pavitra gatha.
Ye sadhava samadrisho bhagavat prapanna.
Ye sadhava samadrisho bhagavat prapanna.
Tannopasidata harer gadaya bhiguptam.
Tannopasidata harer gadaya bhiguptam.
Naisham vayam na cha vayah prabhavam dande.
Naisham vayam na cha vayah prabhavam dande.
Te deva siddha parigita pavitra gatha. Great devatas, siddhas, perfected beings, they glorify the pavitra gatha, the pure glories of devotees. Yes, sadhavaha samadrisho bhagavat prapannaha. They are great sadhus, samadrisha, they have equal vision. Bhagavat prapannaha, they are completely surrendered unto the Lord. Tannopasidata harer gadaya bhiguptan. You should never approach such people, because the Lord's Kaumodaki Gada is constantly circling them. They are inside a circle of Kaumodaki Gada. If you try to enter the circle, Gada will hit on your face. Kaumodaki bhagavato daitam shraye. Daitam smaneta digdhamarati bhatashonita kardamena. Kaumodaki Gada of the Lord is constantly tainted with the blood of demons who trouble the devotees. The devotees are called amala, uncontaminated souls. And demons are called arati. They keep on performing sinful activities and aparats towards devotees. And Lord's Gada has great taste in hitting all of them. Therefore, don't dare there. Dhannopasidata hare gadaya bhiguptan. Naisham vayam nacha vayaha prabhavama dangai. I have no influence over devotees who are chanting the holy names of Krishna. I have no, even Brahmadev also has no influence over the devotees of the Lord. Never go there. Then whom to bring here? Jihvana bhakti bhagavad gunanamadheyam.
Jivana bhakti bhagavat gunanamadheyam.
Chetaschana smarati taccharanarvindam.
Chetaschana smarati taccharanarvindam.
Krishnaya no namati yachira ekadapi.
Krishnaya no namati yachira ekadapi.
Tanana yadhamasato krita vishnu krityan.
Tanana yadhamasato krita vishnu krityan.
Jihvana bhakti bhagavad gunanamadheyam. One who never used one's tongue to chant the holy name of Krishna even once, bring those people here to hell. These are protocols of hell. They are keeping their SOP manual, service manual here. Chetaschana smaratita charanaravindam. With their chetana within their mind, they have not meditated on the lotus feet of the Lord even once, bring them here. Krishnaya no namatiyachara ekadapi. Those people who have not offered obeisances unto Lord Krishna even once, bring them here. Tanayadhamasato akrita vishnu krityan. They have not done any kritya, any activities connected to Lord Vishnu. Therefore, let us bring only such people. Don't bring devotees here. Yamaraj says this. Glories of holy name. And there are many other shlokas. Sanketyam parihasyam va stobham veranameva. In this context, let's go to Padyavali for a moment. Vepante duritani moha mahima sammohama lambate.
Vepante duritani moha mahima sammohama lambate.
Satankam nakha ranjanim kalayati Shri Chitragupta kriti.
Satankam nakaranjanim kalayati Shri Chitragupta kriti.
Sanandam madhuparka sambhriti vidho vedha karotyudhyavam.
Sanandam madhuparka sambhriti vidho vedha karotyudhyavam.
Bhaktum namita veshwarabhinashite bhumah kiman yatparam.
Bhaktum namita veshwarabhinashite bhumah kiman yatparam.
Vepante duritani. Vepante duritani. All the sins will tremble in fear. When you chant the holy names of Krishna, all the sins and sinful reactions will tremble in fear. When somebody is chanting the holy names of Krishna, even the sinful proclivities are cleared. What to speak of sinful desires and sinful reactions, sinful actions. When sinful desires are destroyed, there is no sinful action, there is no sinful reaction. So all the sins are trembling when somebody chants the holy names of Krishna. Then moha mahima sammoham alambate. The glory of material illusion also fades. Then another exciting description here. Chitragupta becomes very happy. Chitragupta keeps on writing all the simple reactions. He feels that he's chanting the holy names of Krishna. I don't have to maintain his records. He doesn't have to come to hell at all. Database mein ek naam kam ho gaya. Right? So he feels very relieved. Then what about Brahma? Brahma worships such a devotee who chants the holy names of Krishna with Madhuparka. We offer, right, during Abhishekam, during the worship of small deities, we offer Arghya, Pajya, Achamaniya, Madhuparka, Punarachamaniya. So Brahma offers Madhuparka to such a devotee. You are chanting the holy names of Krishna, you are worshipable. Then, so what to speak of the glory of a person who chants the holy names of Krishna? Brahma worships him. Chitragupta feels relieved because of him. And 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. We discussed 6th canto. Now 7th canto. The 9 processes of bhakti are described in the 7th canto of Bhagavatam through the mouth of Prahlad Maharaj. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoha, Smaranam, Padasivanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasim, Satyam, Pranamivedanam. In this, Kirtanam comes as the second item, which is chanting the holy names of Krishna. Of course, glorifying Krishna's Nama, Rupa, Gunalila, everything. But specifically in this purport, Prabhupada elaborately describes the glories of holy name and also mentions all the offenses to the holy name. And the purport is like several pages, maybe 10-20 pages. So that's the mention of the process of chanting in the 7th canto. Then let's come to the 8th canto. In 8th canto, in this context of Bali Maharaj's episode, where Lord Vamanadev asked Shukracharya, what mistake did Bali Maharaj do? Why his sacrifice is incomplete? And Shukracharya gave a very beautiful answer. Although he is not described as a great Vaishnava in many contexts, but one shloka that he quoted is very philosophically conclusive and also emphasizing on the glories of the holy name of Krishna. Mantratas tantratas chidram Deshakaladhavastutah Sarvam karoti nischidram Anusankirtanam tava. When we chant the holy names of Krishna, although there are so many defects and faults in our chanting of mantras, in our following of this tantra, desha, kala, arha means time, place, circumstances, muhurta, and some ingredients which are not very perfect, all these are completely excused when somebody chants the holy names of Krishna. Anusankirtanam tava. Holy name, chanting of the holy name makes everything complete. As initially we have seen, that holy name of Krishna makes all the 9 processes of bhakti complete, and it is the chanting of the holy name of Krishna that makes all the other Vedic processes also perfect. Aparada sahasrani kriyante harnisammaya dasoham itimam vatva kshamasta madhusudana. We chant the holy name of Madhusudana and beg forgiveness for any mistakes that we have done in our worship of the Lord. The 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam describes the glories of holy name. Yannama shruti matrena Guman bhavati nirmalaha Tasya tirthapadaha kimba Dasanam avasishyate Yannama shruti matrena. This is spoken with Durvasmani. See, the glories of the holy name of Krishna are being revealed through the mouth of people like Shukracharya and Durvasmani also. Yamaraj. So very unusual descriptions are there coming from unassuming sources. So everybody is acknowledging the glories of holy name. Durvasmani acknowledges the glories of holy name, although he offended a Vaishnava. Sukracharya glorifies the glory of holy name, although he tried to obstruct Bali Maharaj in his surrender to Vamanadev. So holy name is so powerful that everybody glorifies. Yan nama shrutimatrena puman bhavati nirmalaha. Just by hearing the name of the Lord, not even chanting. When somebody else is chanting, you happen to hear that holy name. In many homes, in many temples, Prabhupada's chanting is constantly being played. Many visitors keep coming, they hear Prabhupada chanting the holy name. Yan nama shrutimatrena puman bhavati nirmalaha. Puman, human beings, bhavati, they become nirmalaha. Mala is contamination. Nirmala means they will be completely free from all contamination by hearing the holy name of Krishna being chanted by great souls. Right? Tasya tirthapadah kimva dasana avsishyate. Now this is extra. 10th canto. I think I'll go to the next sloka. 10th canto, multiple slokas, but one is this. This is a very emotional moment. In happiness, devotees chant the holy names of Krishna. In distress, devotees chant the holy names of Krishna. In frustration, devotees chant the holy names of Krishna. In any context, holy name of Krishna can be chanted in any context, irrespective of any context. Somebody had some sickness, devotees are praying for the devotee. Chant holy names. Somebody passed away, devotees are organizing memorial, they chant the holy names of Krishna. Somebody celebrating birthday, they chant the holy names of Krishna. Abhishek is happening, they chant the holy names of Krishna. Temple inauguration is happening, chant the holy names of Krishna. Right? So the Gopas of Vrindavan, they were in intense pain because Akrura came to take Krishna away from Vrindavan to Mathura as per the order of Kamsa. Throughout the night, the Gopis of Vrindavan were expecting, they were thinking that some elder would intervene in this situation and stop Krishna from going to Mathura. They were expecting. Whole night they gathered in small groups. They were chanting this Viraha Gita and they could not sleep only. And finally, the sun started rising and preparations for Krishna's travel to Mathura are happening in full swing. The Gopis were thinking, are they not understanding that they are sending their lives away from their bodies? Why these elders are not having any common sense? Why are they sending Krishna? As if they are sending Krishna to the forest of Vrindavan, they are sending Krishna to Mathura, he may not come back. So, nobody is intervening. Therefore, the Gopis of Vrindavan personally wanted to intervene in this situation and they blocked the pathway of Akrura. So, they were just lying on the road. They were telling Akrura, if you want to take your chariot, you take your chariot over our dead bodies. And some Gopis went and caught the wheels of the chariot. Some Gopis went and caught the horses of the chariot. Some people pulled the driver and started beating him. Some people went and caught Krishna. Some people went and caught Balaram. They were crying. Krishna consoled them and he was moving. So piteously they were crying like this. Evam bruvana viraha turavrisham.
Evam bruvana viraha turavrisham.
Brajastriya Krishna visakta manasa.
Brajastriya Krishna visakta manasa.
Visrujya lajja mrudu smasuswaram.
Visrujya lajja mrudu smasuswaram.
Govinda damodara madhaveti.
Govinda damodara madhaveti.
Visrujya lajjam, they have given up their womanly shyness. They have given up all social customs. They have given up all the family regulations. They came on the roads and they were trying to stop Krishna and Balaram, chanting the holy names of Krishna, Govinda, Damodara, Madhava. Please stay back. Please come back. So this is how 10th canto also describes how devotees chanted the holy names. The Prachetas offer in their prayers. First prayer. Namo Namah Klesha Vinashanaya Nirupito Dharaguna Vayaya. Namo Namaha Klesha Vinashanaya. O Lord, you are the destroyer of all kleshas. Nirupito Udara Guna Vayaya. Nirupita Udara Guna Vayaya. Your gunas, your qualities, Ahvaya, your names, are Udara, extremely magnanimous. When somebody chants the holy name of Krishna, Krishna becomes so merciful on the other person, and gives him Krishna Pri during Mahaprabhu's time. Udara, holy name of Krishna is extremely Udara. When somebody committed some mistakes in worship, and that worshipper chants the holy names of Krishna, Krishna will forgive that person. So the names of Krishna are extremely merciful. Nirupita, it has been proved, this conclusion has been settled multiple times in multiple stories that happened in the universal history. So holy names are extremely magnanimous. In the 11th canto of Bhagavatam, Nama Mahima is further elaborated in the conversation that happened between Nimi Maharaj and Navayogendras. Evam Vratasva Priyanama Kirtya Jatanurago Dhrutachitta Uchchaihi Asantyathoro Dati Rauti Gayati Unmadavan Nrityati Lokabhya. One who sincerely chants the holy names of Krishna develops such intense ecstasy in chanting that Jata Anurago Dhrutachitta Uchchaihi, they loudly chant the holy names of Krishna with Anuraga, with great happiness in the heart, with great attachment towards Krishna in the heart. Hasati, they smile, they laugh, and Rodati, they cry. Rauti, Gayati, Unmadavan, they loudly sing as if they are mad people. This is how holy name can induce people to become mad, crazy, ecstatic in love for Krishna. So to this degree one can become so absorbed in chanting the holy names of Krishna. So holy name helps us experience Krishna's prema and express Krishna's prema. Last shloka of Srimad Bhagavatam. Last canto, last chapter, last shloka. Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam Pranamo Dukkha Shamanah Tam Namami Harim Param. So the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam is chant the holy names of Krishna. Pranamo Dukkha Shamanam Tam Namami Harim Param. All the dukkhas are completely eradicated by chanting the holy names of Krishna. Sarva Papa Pranashanam. All the sinful reactions are also completely eradicated, and top of it by chanting Krishna. Chanting of the holy names of Krishna is not done only to eradicate sinful reactions, but it also gives Krishna prema. That's why Brihad Bhagavatam says, Jayati Jayati Nama Nanda Rupam Murare.
Jayati Jayati Nama Nanda Rupam Murare.
Viramita Nija Dharma Dhyana Pujadi Yatnam.
Viramita Nija Dharma Dhyana Pujadi Yatnam.
Kathamapi Sakridatam Muktidam Praninam Yat.
Kathamapi Sakridatam Muktidam Praninam Yat.
Paramamamritamekam Jivanam Bhushanam Me.
Paramamamritamekam Jivanam Bhushanam Me.
To what? Nama Ananda Rupam Murari. Nama also has a Rupa. And it is Ananda Rupa. Very blissful form of the holy name. Let me glorify the holy names of Krishna that have blissful forms. Actually, when we chant the holy names of Krishna, that Nam will give us entrance into Rupa. When we are doing Nama Dhyana, the more we absorb in the name and the meaning, we get an entrance into the form of the Lord. When we say Krishna, 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 that Krishna means all attractive. So the name Krishna, chanting of the name Krishna will take us into a meditation on the all attractive form of Krishna. Krishna is so beautiful, Shyam Sundar. Oh, he's so beautiful. Then that name of Krishna will also give us entrance into the Leela of Krishna. Nam will give entrance into Rupa, Nam will give entrance into Leela also. He's chanting Jaya Radha, Damodar, Radha, Damodar, Radha. Damodar. We enter the meditation of Damodar Leela. The name of Krishna will also give us entrance into the gunas of Krishna, qualities of Krishna. Krishna is all attractive, one quality. Then Damodar. Damodar, what is the quality of Damodar? He is bound by the rope of Mother Yashoda's love. Bhakta Vashyata is his quality. So when you chant Damodar name, you just get into a meditation on Krishna's quality, how merciful the Lord is. Just now we recited one shloka from Pratyeka's prayers. What is that shloka? Namo Namaha Klesha Vinashanaya Nirupito Dara Guna Ahvaya. Ahvaya. Name is also Udara. Name is also magnanimous. So chanting of Nama will also help us appreciate the Rupa, Guna and Leela of Krishna. When you chant the name Madhusudan, he destroyed a demon called Madhu, we enter into meditation on the Leela. He gives his liberation, Mukunda, we enter into a meditation on Krishna's quality. He is a giver of liberation, he is compassionate, he is merciful. This Nam will give us entrance into Rupa, Guna, Leela. Jayati Jayati Namananda Rupam Murare. Viramita Nija Dharma Dhyana Puja Yatnam. Viramita means you have taken a break. Okay, Viram. Okay, not from Ram, but this is Viram from Nija Dharma. There is Varana Dharma, there is Ashrama Dharma, there are many other dharmas. So we have taken a break from all this. Break up, we just permanently give them up also, no problem. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Nam ekam sharanam vraja. Right? Viramita nija dharma. Even if somebody gives up one's nija dharma, varna dharma, ashram dharma, whatever, then dhyana. In the process of dhyana yoga, people have to meditate so long. Lot of austerity is required, lot of self-control, lot of sense control, lot of mind control is required. So all these processes like Varnashrama, Dharma, Dhyana, Puja, they are dependent on so many elaborate procedures. Right? When you have to do puja, ingredients have to be pure, you have to perform the puja at the right time, you have to chant the mantras properly with proper intonation, the ucharan has to be very clear. But Nama doesn't depend on all these things. Even if somebody chants the holy names of Krishna inaccurately, with the wrong pronunciation, or at wrong time, there is no wrong time message. As Mahaprabhu says, Namna Vakari Bhudani Sarva Shakti Tatrarpita Niyamita Smarane Nakala. There is no hard and fast rules. Brahma Muhurta you can chant, that's best definitely. Late night also you can chant. And middle of afternoon also you can chant. Anytime you can chant. But all this Nija Dharma, Dhyana, Puja, Kirtanam, they are very elaborate. The success in all these paths depends on multiple protocols and policies and rules and regulations and prescriptions and prohibitions. But holy name is not like that. Kathamapi sakridaktam muktidam praninam yat. Even if somebody chants once, sincerely, offenselessly, muktidam, liberation is just given as a free gift. Krishna Prem is the main thing. Paramam amritamekam jivanam bhushanam. Paramam amritam is most nectarian. That's why our Rupa Goswami is saying, I want to chant millions of times. I want millions of times to chant. I want millions of ears to hear. He's saying that. Paramam amritam, extremely nectarian. Ekam jivanam bhushanam. It's my jivan. Devotees feel that it is my life to chant. Bhushanam, it's an ornament for my tongue. It's an ornament for my ears. In the first shloka that we recited today also discussed it. Further, how holy name accompanies us in our journey to the spiritual world is described in this shloka. When we are going from the material world to spiritual world, it is the holy name of Krishna that accompanies us. We need a companion in our journey. We need a friend in our journey. We need a well-wisher in our journey. We need somebody who can console us, pacify us, encourage us, and inspire us in our journey. Whenever we are exhausted, someone should pacify us. That's what is mentioned in this shloka. Kalyananam nidhanam kalimalathanam pavanam pavananam patheyam yanmubuksho sapadi parapada praptaye prochyavanam Vishramasthanamekam kavivaravachasam jivanam sajjananam Bijam dharmadhruvasya prabhavatu bhavato bhutaye Krishnanama. What are you saying? Kalyananam nidhanam Kalimalammathanam pavanam pavananam
Kalimatamatanam pavanam pavayanam
Patheyam yanmumuksho sapati parapada praptaye prochamanam
Prapeyam yanmuksho sapadi praptaye prochayanam
Vishramassthanamekam kavivaravachasam jivanam sajjananam
Ekam kavivaravasam jivanam sajjananam
Bijam dharmadhruvasya prabhavatu bhavato bhuntaye Krishna nama
Bijam dharma dhrumasya pravavatu bhavatayam Krishna nama.
Holy name of Krishna is the Nidhana, is the treasure of all opulences, all auspiciousness. Kalimalamathanam pavanam pavananam. Kalimalamathanam. Holy name of Krishna can completely destroy all the Kalimala, the contamination of Kali Yuga. Kalir doshanidherajan asti heko mahanmanah kirtanadeva Krishnasya muktasangha paramajit. Kalimalamathanam pavanam pavananam. It purifies in various ways. But of all the purifying agents, the name of Krishna is the most purifying. Pathe yam yanva muksho. You are the path, way of liberation, are going to the spiritual world. Pathe yam yanva muksho sapati parapada praptaye prochamanam. When we are exhausted, when we are tired on our way to the spiritual world, we need some food to eat, and this is food water. So, when the child is going to the school, mother will pack some lunch for the kid, right? Similarly, when we are going to the spiritual world, we need to take some lunch box with us, prasadam with us. That food is Holy Name of Krishna. So, the Holy Name of Krishna will give us the strength to go to the spiritual world. It's the food for the soul. Then, in the olden days, people used to travel by foot, not in cars or flights. So whenever they are a little tired, they go under a tree, take some rest. So what is a resting place for someone who is going on a long journey from the material world to the spiritual world? Vishramassthanamekam. That is Holy Name of Krishna. Vishramasthana means resting place. Vishramassthanamekam kavivaravachasam jivanam sajjananam. Kavivaravachasam jivanam sajjananam. Even great kavis and great poets also glorified the holy name of Krishna. Then Kavi Bhiriditam Kalmashapaham. That's coming here also. Kalimalamathanam, then Kavi Bhiriditam. Kavi Varavachasam. Jivanam Sajjananam, great Sajjanas, great advanced spiritualists, they consider holy name of Krishna as their Jivanam. This is our life. Life-inducing nectar is Krishna's name. Our lunchbox is Krishna's name. The resting place is Krishna's name. Pleasure garden is Krishna's name. Bijam dharmadhruvasya. Dharma means the tree of dharma. What is the supreme dharma? Savai pumsa paro dharmo yato bhaktiradhokshati. Ahituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. So the supreme dharma of every living being is to selflessly render devotional service unto Krishna without any interruptions. Ahituki apratihati bhakta is the bhakti, is the real dharma. Bijam dharmadravasya. So dharma is the process of bhakti yoga. The bija, the root of that dharma is the chanting of the holy names of Krishna. Our entire process of devotional service is based on the root of holy name of Krishna. None of the processes of bhakti, 9 processes of bhakti or 5 potent forms of bhakti or 64 limbs of bhakti, 5, 9, 64, none of them are complete without chanting the holy names of Krishna. That's the root. Bijam dharmadhruvasya prabhavatu bhavatam bhutaye Krishna nama. That's the potency of Krishna nama. So this is also from Padyaval, wrong number mentioned there. I'll skip some shlokas. Another exciting effect of holy name chanting is we become more dedicated to Guru's instructions. Guru Bhakti, our Guru Nishtha and Guru Bhakti will also increase by chanting the holy names of Krishna. Guru gives us instructions. How do we get that strength to be rooted in the instructions of Guru? By chanting the holy names. Vishnur namaiva pumsam shamalamapharat punyamutpadayaccha.
Vishnu-namena pumsam samalam aprahat punyam utpadayaccha.
Brahmadisthana bhogat viratimata guroh Shri padadvanna bhaktim.
Brahmadisthana bhogat viratimata guroh Shri padadvanna bhaktim.
Tattvajnanam cha Vishnur ihamriti jananam bhranti bijam cha dadvan.
Tattvam-jnanam ca Vishnur iham ravijananam branti bijam ca dhigdvam.
Sampurnananda bodhe mahati cha purusham sthapayitva nivrittam.
Sampurnananda bodhe mahati ca purusham sthapayitva nivrittam.
Vishnur namaiva pumsam. And we chant the names of Lord Vishnu. Shamalam apaharat punyamutpadayaccha. Shamalam apaharat, all the contamination is completely vanquished. Punyamutpadayaccha, we will also become more pious. Then, Brahmadisthana bhogat viratim. Rati means attraction. Virati means no attraction. Brahmadisthana bhogat means there is lot of enjoyment or relish in attaining the position of Brahma, Indra and all those great universal celebrities. But virati, by taking shelter of the holy names of Krishna, we will become interested in the opulences or the enjoyment that is there in the positions of Brahma, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu, whatever. You want to become a Devata? No. You want to become Brahma? I didn't know. So that's how devotees will respond to. But unfortunately, although holy name of Krishna can induce detachment from Brahma's position also, Indra's position also, Manu's position also, or whatever exalted position in the spiritual world, struggling sadhakas may become interested in smaller positions. Chori banana. I have been serving in this department for 5 years. Can you please make me HOD? Right? We need to question ourselves. Where are we heading? What are we aspiring? Of course, one can take up responsibilities and do wonderful service, no doubt about it. But am I really aspiring to render service by being in that position? Or am I wanting the respect that comes from the position? So, although we may speak big shlokas and meditate on the glories of the holy name and describe the highly detached spirit of great Vaishnavas, how much detachment we have, what are our aspirations in the process of bhakti, we need to question once. Sorry if I am speaking something sensitive, but there are some desires, unspoken desires or spoken desires. Secretly, we may maintain some desires to attain name, fame, prestige, position, power, privileges, public attention. All these secret desires are there. Sometimes they just come out also. Is it really for service only, or am I having any thought or any inclination to enjoy that position at the place? Yes, for service. When I be visible in public, that's fine. Not that we keep on doubting people, everybody is visible publicly. But the point is, what is my aspiration? We need to keep on questioning that little introspection. But sincere chanting of the holy names of Krishna can induce such detachment in people that even if they are offered position of Brahma, they say, I don't want this. Forget position of Brahma. Even if they are given sarupya, salokya, muktya, so diyamanam na grahananti vinamat sevanam janaha. Seva is the focus, not sarupya mukti. Salokya sarishti samipya sarupya ikatvamapyuta diyamanam na grahananti vinamat sevanam janaha. So devotees are aspiring only for seva, not for mukti, not for position, not for bhakti. Brahmadisthana bhogat viratimata guroh Shripadadvandva bhakti. Brahmadisthana bhogat virati, detachment from the enjoyment available in Brahma's position. Guroh Shripadadvandva bhakti. Guru's Shripada Kamal. The life, the aspiration of a disciple, a devotee, a spiritual seeker, a sadhaka is to be dedicated to the lotus feet of Guru. Shripada Dvandva Bhakti. So, our attachment to the lotus feet of Guru and instructions of Guru will bring us closer to Krishna. And how do we develop that attachment to Guru's lotus feet? Chanting the holy names. Next. Tattvajnanam cha Vishnor ihamriti janana bhranti bijam cha dadvam. Tattvajnanam cha Vishnor. We also become equipped with the Tattvajnana of Lord Vishnu. What is Vishnu Tattva? What is Krishna Tattva? What is Bhakti Tattva? What is Rasa Tattva? All that we will understand. We will be equipped with detachment. We will be equipped with devotion. We will be equipped with knowledge. We are chanting the holy names of Krishna. Not in ordinary process. It may seem we are just chanting a string of 16 names, actually 3 names, which are repeated, made into a 16 syllable mantra, 16 word mantra. So what is such a great effect? One will think like that. The younger generation may question it also. Right? Chanting, boring. But the point is, Ihamriti janana bhranti bijam chadadhva. Tattvajnanam cha Vishnu. By chanting the holy names of Krishna, we will understand Srimad Bhagavatam. We will understand Krishna Tattva. Then, Bhranti Bijam Chadadhva. There are some roots, there are some seeds of our illusion. All the seeds are Tattva, they are burnt. Tattvajnanam cha Vishnu. Iha Mriti Janana Bhranti Bijam. Iha, in this world, Mriti means death, Janana means birth. Janana Mriti. There is a cycle of birth and death in this material world. The root of that cycle of birth and death is ignorance. And that ignorance is completely burnt to ashes by chanting the holy names of Krishna, and we will get knowledge. Ignorance is burnt. Ignorance, which is the cause of the cycle of birth and death, is burnt. And we will also be equipped with knowledge. We will also be equipped with detachment. What else we want? Bhakti, Jnana, Vairagya are being given by chanting the holy names of Krishna. Next. Sampurnananda bodhe. We will get Sampurna Ananda, not partial Ananda. Complete bliss of Krishna Prema is guaranteed through Krishna Nama. Then Mahaprabhu appeared for this only. There's a beautiful shloka. Chirata dattam nijayukta vittam swaprema nama amritavatyudaraha apama ramyo vitatara gauraha krishno janebhyastamaham prapadye. Chirat adattam nijayukta vittam. The Lord has not given this secret transcendental treasure of Krishna Prema to us for a long time. But now He has descended in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give us Krishna Prema through Krishna Nama. Right? Swaprema Nama Amrutam Atyudaraha. Swaprema Nama Amrutam Atyudaraha. Most benevolent Lord is giving His Prema through His Nama. So we are getting Ananda. See, this one shloka promises so many things. Brahmadisthana bhoga virati. No attachment to any privileged position. Nanaga prashtham, nachapara vishtam, nasarva bhomam, narasadhipathyam, na yoga siddhir apunar bhavamva. I don't want any of these things. Just rati unto Guru's lotus feet. Virati towards Brahma's position. Jnana. Proper jnana, not the impersonal speculative jnana. This is tattva jnanam cha Vishnu. We understand Vishnu tattva, Krishna tattva. Then all the ignorance is also destroyed. Next. These are all very popular shlokas. Okay, let's speak. Let's recite this. Madhura madhura metan mangalam mangalanam.
Madhura madhura metam mangalam mangalanam.
Sakala nigama valli satphalam chitsvarupam.
Sakala nigamalli satphalam chitsvarupam.
Sakridapi parihitam shraddhaya helayava.
सकलदृक्गीतं श्रद्धया हेलयावा
भृगुवरनरमात्रं तारये कृष्णनाम
भृगुवरनरमात्रं तारये कृष्णनामा
मधुरमेतन्. Of all the sweetest things, holy name is the sweetest. Mangalam Mangalanam. Of all the auspicious things, holy name of Krishna is the most auspicious. Hare Namaiva Kevalam. Sakala Nigamavalli Sattvalam Chitsvarupam. Chitsvarupam, it is purified. It is purely spiritual. Sakala Nigamavalli. All the scriptures are compared with a creeper here. Nigamavalli. Sattvalam. Very tasty fruit of that creeper of all scriptures is holy name of Krishna. Sakridapi parigitam. Even if you chant once, Shraddhaya, with faith, Helayava, even with neglect, without sufficient taste, still, Bhruguvaranaramatram Taraye Krishna Nama. Krishna Nama will deliver people. That's the sweetness of holy name, potency of holy name of Krishna. There are many coming. I think I'll go to some. What to speak of Gaudiya Vaishnava literatures. Even Sri Vaishnavas also give so much importance to holy name of Krishna. What to speak of Kali-yuga people, even in the previous ages also holy name is relevant. Holy name, Krishna Nama, Harinam is the Yuga Dharma for Kali-yuga. What does it mean? If someone chants Krishna's names in the previous yugas, will that not be effective? Will people not be delivered in the previous yugas? They will be delivered there also. But the extra added advantage of Kali Yuga people is this: they can't do anything else. They can completely depend only on the holy names of Krishna, and they just cannot do anything else. Their inability to do any other Vedic processes will help them more desperately chant the holy names of Krishna. But holy names of Krishna are relevant in the previous yugas also. And the disadvantage of previous yuga people is that they are more qualified to do. They are qualified to do different elaborate Vedic processes. 11th canto 5th chapter says all this. They think that chanting Hare Krishna mantra, that was 16 rounds only. That to such a simple mantra, even kids also can chant. Will this really liberate me? No. I must do meditation for 60,000 years underwater. Or I must conduct a sacrifice for 1,000 years. I should conduct 100 Ashwamedha yajnas. Or I should perform elaborate deity worship. Then only I will be delivered. I must chant tongue twisting mantras. Tongue twisting mantras which are like 10 pages long. Then only I will go to the spiritual world. So people think like that. They think that this chanting of the holy name of Krishna is such a simple process that it cannot take us to the spiritual world. So goal is very high, means process must be very complicated. That's what I think. But Telugu people, they get the highest goal by taking the simplest process. But our misfortune is Durdaiva Midrisha Mihajani na Anuraya. We don't have so much attraction. Now, this is Gaudiya Vaishnava. What about other sampradayas? They also value Namasmarana. This is Kulashekara Alvar. He martyah paramam hitam shrunatavo vakshyami samkshepata samsararnava mapa durmi bahulam samyak pravishya sthitah nana jnanamapasya cetasi namo narayanayetyam mantram sapranavam pranava sahitam pravartayedham. He said that nana jnanam apasya cetasi. Just give up all your concocted speculative processes of getting out of this material world. Narayana ayetyamum. Just chant Narayana, sufficient, nothing else. And do it repeatedly, not just one Narayana. Mantram sa pranavam pranava sahitam. Chant. Add Om also there. Om Namo Narayana. This is Sri Vaishnava. In our childhood we used to chant. My father used to chant Om Namo Narayana. We didn't have these. We take peanuts. We take 2 bowls. One bowl has 1 or 8 peanuts. Another bowl is empty. We take one. Om Namah Narayana and keep it there. Om Namah Narayana and keep it there. Sometimes we eat also. We used to chant like that as kids. Narayana brought us to Hare Krishna mantra. So, this is the most exciting. Kshatrachedayika mantram Sakalamupanishadvakya sampujya mantram Samsarocheda mantram Samuchita tamasaha sangha niryana mantram Sarvaishwaryayika mantram Vyasana bhujaga sandashta santrana mantram Jihve Shri Krishna mantram Japa japa satatam janma sapalya mantram Kshatrachedayika mantram. All the enemies of a devotee are completely destroyed. Although a devotee is Ajatashatru, devotee never considers anybody as enemy. Yudhishthira never considered Duryodhana as his enemy, although Duryodhana always hated Yudhishthira. Still, there are some people who may consider devotees as enemies. Just like Gopal Chapal considered Srinivas Thakur as his enemy. Then Gopal Chakravarti criticized Haridas Thakur. Ramachandra Khan considered Haridas Thakur as an enemy. Kshatrachedayika mantram. These people got leprosy. You know that? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Gopal Chapal got leprosy. Who is that? Ramachandra Khan did not get leprosy, but he was completely ruined. The Muslim magistrate came and did many things, many leelas there. So, one who offends a devotee, one who considers a devotee as one's enemy, is destroyed by the power of holy name. And if you is a sadhaka, the real enemies are within, anarthas and aparas. Plus envy, pride, greed, envy. All these shatrus are destroyed. Holy name of Krishna will destroy all the shatrus. Kshatrachedayika mantram Sakalam Upanishadvakya sampujya mantram. All the Upanishads are doing puja, arti, for this holy name of Krishna, Krishna mantra. Samsarocheda mantram. The holy name of Krishna can completely destroy our existence in this material existence. Samuchita tamasaha sangha niryana mantram. Also, holy name can completely destroy our attachment to this material world. Sarvaishwaryayika mantram. The real Aishwarya, real opulence of a devotee is Krishna Prema. This mantra can give us that opulence of Krishna Prema. Other Aishwaryas, devotees are not very much interested. Vyasana bhujaga sandashta santrana mantram. Vyasana, all the difficulties and bad habits, they are like snakes, and like a snake charmer, holy name will subdue all these vyasanas. Jihve Shri Krishna mantram. Chant this Krishna mantra with your tongue. Japa japa satatam, constantly. Janma sapalya mantram. This is the way of making life meaningful, purposeful, fruitful. Mahaprabhu further describes the glories of Krishna mantra, Kshatrachedayika mantra. Mahaprabhu is speaking to this Prakashananda Saraswati and all the other sannyasis in Varanasi. He says, Murkha tumi dhomar nahika Vedanta dhikan Krishna mantra japa sada yeyi mantra sah. Mahaprabhu's spiritual master also told him the same thing. Krishna mantra japa sada. Japa japa satatam. Janma sahaliya mantra. Then yeyi mantra sah. Yeyi mantra sah is the essence of all mantras. Is Krishna mantra. Sakalam Upanishadvakya sampujya mantra. It's the essence of all mantras. Nama vinu kalikale nahi kalikale nahi ar dharma sarva mantra sara nama yehi shastra varma. Yehi shastra varma. All the Upanishads and Shastras are giving this marma. Marma means very secret insight that Krishna's holy name is the most glorious. What's the time now? I mean, going way beyond time. 3:56. My God. Okay. We'll conclude in a few minutes. So, yeah, these are the results of chanting. So we'll conclude with Radhanam also.
Hari Bol.
We glorify Krishna Nam so much. Ultimately, Radha Nam. Radha Nama Sudhara Samrasayitum Jihvastu Me Vihvala.
Radha Nam Sadhara Jivastu Me Vihvala.
Radha Nama Sudhara Samrasayitum Jihvastu Me Vihvala.
Radha Nam Sudhara Samrasayitam Jivastu Me Vihvala.
Padu Tatpada Kankita Sucharatam Vrindakani Vidhishu.
Padau Tatpadakan Sucharatam Vrindakavividhistu.
Padu Tatpada Kankita Sucharatam Vrindakavividhishu.
Padau Tatpadakan Sucharatam Vrindakavividhistu.
Tatkarmaiva karah karotu hridayam tasyah padam dhyayata.
Tatkarmaiva karotu hridayam tasyapadam dhyayata.
Tatkarmaiva karotu karma hridayam. Tatkarmaiva karah karotu hridayam tasyah padam dhyayata.
Tatkarmaiva karotu hridayam tasyapadam dhyayata.
Tadbhavotsavatāh param bhavatu me tatprananathe ratihi.
Tadbhavotsavatāh param bhavatu me tatprananathe ratihi.
Prabodhananda Saraswati is saying that let my tongue become vihvala, restless completely, by chanting the name of Radha. Radha Nama Sudhara Saitam. Let my tongue relish the nectarian name of Srimati Radharani. Jihvastu me vihvala. Let me become restless. Let me just hanker to chant the names of Radha. Hare is Radharani. We are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Radharani is there 8 times. Padau tatpada kankita sucharatam vrindaka vividhishu. Let my legs hanker to follow her footsteps in Vrindavan. Tat karmaiva karah karotu. Let my hands be constantly engaged in her karma, her activities. What is her activity? Serving Krishna. So whatever service we are doing, we are assisting Srimati Radharani in her service to Krishna. Whatever little devotion we have for Krishna is a small fragmental part of her devotion to Krishna. Nothing. We have nothing else. Without her recommendation, Krishna will not even accept us. Tat karma eva karah karotu hridayam tasyah padam dhyayata. Let my mind constantly meditate on her lotus feet. Hridayam tasyah padam dhyayata. Let me meditate on her lotus feet. Devotees are those people who have taken shelter of Srimati Radharani, especially Gaudiya Vaishnava. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakritimashritah. Daivim prakritimashritah. One who has taken shelter of Srimati Radharani is a Mahatma. Then, tadbhavotsavatāh param bhavatu me tat prananathe rati. Tadbhava utsavatāh param bhavatu me. Let me honor her bhava. Her bhava for Krishna, her emotions for Krishna is the greatest celebration of her heart. Let me value that. Let me consider that I should attain. Ramananda in his Samvada. Ramananda is saying, said, what is the highest sadhya, highest attainable goal? Ramananda is saying, Varnashram, Jnana Shunya Bhakti, Jnana Vishra Bhakti, then Jnana Shunya Bhakti, then Prema Bhakti, Dasya Bhakti, Sakya Bhakti, Vatsalya Bhakti, Kanta Prema, then finally he came to Radharani and Mahaprabhu. Okay, now you have come. The highest thing. Tad Bhavotsavadah Param Bhavatumi. That's the Param, supreme, topmost aspiration of a Gaudiya Vaishnava is to serve Krishna following the footsteps of the gopis of Vrindavan. Tat Prananathe Rati. Let us have Rati, attraction towards Tat Prananatha. Her master, the master of her life, Krishna, should be the object of our life. Sanatana Goswami, I think he writes. I heard this sloka first from Prabhu only, Amarata Prabhu only. Radha Radhita Radhesha Radhika Prana Vallabha Radharavana Vande Tvam Radhika Prema Virjita. Whitefield, you gave this example. I heard first from you. I remember, I know. Radha, Radhika, Radhesha, Radhika, Pranavallabha. And I said this Radhika, the Prananathirati, I remember that. So we concluded with Radhana. We elaborately described Krishna. Let's combine both and conclude this session.
Jai Haribo.
Radheti nama navasundara siddhu mugdham.
Radheti nama navasundara siddha mugdham.
Krishneti nama madhura adbhuta gadha dugdham.
Krishneti nama madhura adbhuta gadha dugdham.
Sarvakshanam surabhiraga himena ramyam.
Sarvakshanam surabhiraga himena ramyam.
Kritva tadaiva pivame rasanekshudrathe.
Kritva tadaiva pivame rasanekshudrathe.
Your tongue is thirsty. That's something. You can drink water, but real nectar for the tongue to be relieved from all thirst is Radheti nama navasundar siddhu mugdham. Radha's name is like Navasundar siddhu mugdham. Very beautiful, ever fresh nectar. Radheti nama navasundar siddhu mugdham. Next, what is Krishna's name? Krishneti nama madhura adbhuta gadha dugdham. Dugdham is milk. Gadha dugdham means condensed milk. Right? Krishneti nama madhura adbhuta gadha dugdham. Madhura very sweet, adbhuta extremely wonderful, gadha condensed dugdham milk. You take this condensed milk of Krishna's name, take the nectarian name of Radha's name, mix both of them. And sweet rice is taken little cool. So you add some ice there. You add your own enthusiasm, your own excitement, your own devotion as ice into this combination of Radhanam and Krishnanam and drink it. If at all you are thirsty. So with this we'll conclude. There are many more glories of holy name, but I don't want to delay you. Thank you very much. And if I have said any mistakes, it's erratic, there is no flow at all. Please forgive me for all the mistakes that I have made. And also, although I am speaking the glories of holy name, my chanting is very poor. If at all you are pleased with my service in any way, even slightly, just offer a prayer and give a blessing so that I can chant the holy names properly, without any distractions, without dozing off, or without checking mobiles, or without getting distracted. So I beg your blessings for my proper chanting of holy names and forgiveness for any mistakes. And I sincerely request Amarendra Prabhu to give any corrections, comments. If you can, not this Prabhu. Amarendra Prabhu is the personification of humility. Recently, when he came to India, as he was speaking, Radheshyam Prabhu came. 9 minutes he was glorifying Radheshyam Prabhu, and as soon as he came, he just came and fell flat at his feet. When he was giving class in Yamuna, bank of Yamuna, in Govardhan Kavil's replica of Vrindavan, his friend is Ravanaswamy Maharaj came. He jumped off Vyasa and fell flat at Maharaj's feet. So Prabhu has such respect for all Vaishnavas, and he has deep appreciation for Vaishnavas and wonderful way of expressing that appreciation through his sweet words that is completely captivating and completely melting the hearts of everyone who sees. The one who receives that affection, one who witnesses that display of affection. So we are very fortunate to have such an exemplary Vaishnava amongst you, nourish you daily. And I am fortunate today to have his association. I said, Prabhu, 2 hours slot is there, 1 hour I'll speak, 1 hour I'll speak. He said, no, I will not. But if he can agree further in the next 3 days, I'll be very fortunate. I'll be happy to sit in here live. We got that opportunity in GE few days back, Arjun Sakaro's marriage time. But if I can get once again that opportunity, I'll be very happy. Thank you so much, Prabhu, Adigadara Prabhu, and everyone here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।
जय।
प्रभुपाद
की जय।
जय।
Hare Krishna. Gauranga Prabhu, on behalf of ISKCON Atlanta and all the assembled devotees, we sincerely thank you for this very Hare Krishna. We sincerely thank you, Gauranga Prabhu, for such an excellent class on the glories of the holy names. And we wish that you could continue speaking, but we will continue hearing from you tomorrow. It was such a sweet class on the glories of the holy name. We are all feeling motivated now to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So many beautiful verses shared, and your presentation was so sweet, filled with
great tapasya